I'm alive. Oh, let me try that. All right, well, natural way. Or maybe we'll do that. Yeah, today, I'm Dr. Mia Luth. Today is, I don't even know. I can't read these. Damn it. The 25th of April. 25th of April, 2024. That is the date. I'm changing the lighting in here. Gosh. Oh, well. Change the light a little bit in here. I'm feeling really nauseous today. But I still got to keep trying to put food in me. So that's been what I've been doing pretty much today. But I did do some vocal warm ups, which weren't too bad actually. Gratefully. And I did say that I was going to do something on my phone so I really thought I had it figured out. I did not get my win. No. But I did figure out something else that I had forgotten about, so I guess I'll take it. Uh, it's sort of kind of, I don't know how to explain this, but I plug in the USB into my phone, into my, what do you call it? Laptop. It, the laptop doesn't even read that there's a device there. And I've tried all three. I've tried different. And so it doesn't even give me an option to transfer pictures because it doesn't read that there's a device there. But it doesn't charge it. So I was looking for all kinds of settings on the phone. Now I gotta go looking for settings on the computer. See, these are things that slow down things. Right. But I don't really have a choice because no one else is doing them for me. So yes, it's not annoying. It's just it's one of those things that just something screwy should work. It should be plug and play. So anyway, uh, my shoulders feel better. I was able to even like stretch a little this morning, a little bit. I still have to do PT. I get that set up that starts in May, and thankfully, I now have a bit more reliable transportation because I have to have in-home healthcare person. I'm not getting nursing care quite yet, but I have a lot of doctors. I can't keep track of a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm getting to the point, but I probably have fibro fog going on. I'm guessing. And some of this just so happened that while I was doing certain things, I must have gotten a fibro flare up. It can happen to change the seasons, but anyway, yeah, life is great. So I've had to consider certain things. I will be getting. I did get an appointment, pain management, and I know that I will get a reliable ride every month so that I can do pain management. I don't. I was doing nerve ablations at this juncture where they were being done. I haven't had any kind of pinched nerve or anything, so I'm doing all right there. I think it's sort of my hip is the issue. At some point, I need a new one. But that's the other thing. Is probably need a new one over here. New needs. I don't know. So right now, I get to do med checks and physically check in with all my docs, and at least I will be able to restart pain management. So, what's the hydrocodone? I do low dose. There's some meds I found out I can't take or shouldn't take because it can make certain other conditions worse, and specifically functional neurological disorder. So I've come off a few meds over the last like 6 months, but I do need a muscle relaxer, and I do need some kind of like, yes, low dose hydrocodone. So, but that also makes me a little more clumsy, which also means I could be, yes, injuring myself even more. But anyway, so far, I'm as careful as I can be. And now I have some safeguards. Yes, I know I'm 51 and I have one of those, which is not on my neck right now. Some nurses probably need to give me a hard time. Like, somebody's going to see this and give me a hard time. And because I'm not wearing my help me, I've fallen and I can't get up thing. Most of the time, I've gotten so used to it, I can usually drag myself to a phone or something. It's like, I know, I'm accessorizing. I made this shirt, and you could tell that it was one of my first attempts by the back of it, which has a nice, yep, gotta use cardboard in between the, yes. I keep the fuck ups. I make shirts, graffiti shirts. They're all unique. Although right now, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do them in the wintertime. I'd have to, because I have to go outside to do them. I don't have an ideal location to do that anymore. Anyway, yes, it's my ink blot stain behind there. I found out I have to put a layer of something in between the shirt. Anyway, this also an extra safeguard for me. Oh boy, that's a good idea. Well, it only has to see. That's the thing. I can't do what I need to do with this thing flopping around. I'm gonna have to figure out like some cool way to like attach it to like a headband or something. Velcro. So it's yes, it's not all flopping around. I do too much. Anyway, so I have access to emergency services if I fall badly enough, and I know, right, like, oh no. If it's a really, oh no, if it's like a little sprain, yes, my ankles, I tend to do that. Well, that's the thing is, like I was just dancing and singing all day a few months ago, and I only recorded like 4 hours or 3 hours. I don't even know. But I was going. I was just going. And I just like, I'm going to see how I right. Yeah, well, I got a clear sign when I was supposed to stop. I was hopping around. It's Blue October. It's time to, but I was dancing around. I was, hitting the hardcore club floor. My own, yes, little room here. And I felt it. I went down hard because, yeah, my ankle rolled down. I went, luckily, right, I didn't hear a pop. It didn't pull. It was just a sprain. And I mean, I knew what to do immediately because I've done that quite a few times before. So I had actual things in my residence to take care of it. They did put me out for a couple of weeks. so, so, right, that's why I'm just like, oh, I want to go to. Yeah, I'm tired of X-rays. I'm all right. That's the thing is, some of us kind of get used to something, so we may not always go to the doctor or the ER to report right certain things. Some people are not used to it, so clearly you go. I mean, it's because this is all right. But I knew it was not a terrible sprain, so put it up, ice, then heat, then certain stimulus. You work it a little, you test it a little, you do. I've done enough home physical therapy, at least for ankles, enough to be able to handle it. But there, see, I knew when to stop. My body told me when to stop. Slight sprain. I mean, it wasn't exactly a slight sprain, but it wasn't terrible either. It was like a mid-grade kind of situation. Right. Well, the minute I hit the floor and felt pain, I knew. I'm like, I guess I'm done. I know. Yeah, sort of like, for a while when I was learning how to ice skate effectively, at the beginning, it's like snowplow stuff. Like, okay, no, the wall is gonna help me. Exactly. I go till the wall stops. I'm like, it's all right. I'll stop. That's what I'm saying. You hit just bump into the glass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just run into the wall and turn around. Uh, but yes, previous injuries to an ankle is why ice skating, and I do mean like skater skate kind of ice skating. Typically, well, technically, it's supposed to be double blades, but I've heard tell maybe Yaromir Yager doesn't like that very much, but so they're different from ice skates, and I got crossovers going one way, just but the other way, yeah, up to poo. Oh, no, I cannot. Like, for some reason, I can't get my ankle to do something. Either. Oh yeah, see now that's how I stop. I fall down and slide into the wall. Then I stop. Pretty simple. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't been ice skating in a little while, but I'm sure I haven't forgotten how to do it. Um, like I said, I'm just reminiscing. There's like some things I kind of like. I don't have bucket lists anymore. If I don't have time, I don't have money, so I have to be a little bit more picky choosy. I mean, I'm all good with it. I understand. It's just, ugh, man. I, I'm just having a little too much difficulty trying to explain to every single human being, like, okay, I, no, I'm actually like kind of got less time on Earth for sure. 100%, I know this than some people. So and there's some things it's just, I can't. There's no point. I mean, if there begins to be too many hints of blood cancer. I mean, I know I don't have leukemia. I don't have anything about right. Then there's only so much I'm going to be willing to put myself there. But even at this particular point, like my body's been weakened enough that um, even just getting hip surgery might not be okay to do. But I will be getting some relief because I have a pain management appointment. It's with the same pain management. I don't know, Medicaid. Like I tried to. I don't even. All administrative people, hospitals, they just give me a list of shit to do. And make me realize sometimes I can't use my voice at all. I'm not because I'm sparing. It's this isn't there. Yeah. I'm also like, I get the brain fog, and the only time it's really, really, really an issue is when it's like a double whammy, and that's like from post traumatic stress and fibro. And unfortunately, the two can kind of like, start to downward spiral with each other, which if other people don't know that or recognize it or get it, then you got to know that for yourself, and that's kind of hard. So, you know, sometimes you have to be well aware of how you have to understand yourself really well. Know thyself, which helps you relate to other people. But anyway, so those are all health updates. I completely forgot to put the title today, mostly because most people don't give a shit. Some do, I know. But anyway, so I don't have any big plans for anything. And, lack of money and the fact that I don't drive vehicle anymore, medical reasons, safety. So things slow down. You have to kind of try and work with it. But so far, I did do enough like physical PT and some other things to get my hip to click into a better position. It won't last. I mean, it'll eventually. Yeah, man, that's I got osteoarthritis. It's degenerative, so there's some things you can take for it. So I do. I mean, I do all that kind of stuff. And cortisone shots. So it's just I. There's some people get a lot of relief, and I know that's true. I get some, uh, but I'll get shots sometimes just because it's better than nothing. So the shots have helped a little, but my arm got stuck in the middle of the night. I felt it click in, and it was frozen that way for a little while, and it would get unstuck. But when it did, I know, ooh, that did not feel good, nor did it sound good. So I'm falling all kinds of apart pretty quickly, and I'm running out of energy to be trying to do certain things anyway. So that's the way that is. And I'm not really sure what to do. I do run a 501c3. Well, it's a subsection of it, but it fits under there. I keep trying to find some people who may be willing to help me with it or just take it over. But I am locally going to check with some people before I decide entirely. Otherwise, I'm going to dissolve it because I got to. There's stuff that has to happen, and that I can't do on my own. And people sometimes treat you with great disdain if you ask them to volunteer. Anyway, so for some things I'm healing and recovering pretty well. I'm figuring out how to get vocal sounds out sort of slightly differently because I can't use both lungs equally and effectively. So that I'm figuring out. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting there. So I'm glad that's happening. Um, anyway, so I have rides I can use to get to more reliable rides now in a couple of days. So I can not stress as much about transportation to get to local doctors. But I have a lot of them, so they usually need see yearly. So that's like I'm gonna have to just pile them on and then plow through them because I just don't have the wherewithal to stretch that out. So, all things considered, I've had my feet checked. Amazingly, they're doing pretty well. But that's because I purposely have been taking care of them for a long time. Um, Athlete habit, yeah. Um, and I do enough now that there's no possible way that a bone spur could form. So, but that's something I got to stay on top of. I mean, it's almost daily kind of thing. One way or the other, something's got to happen with the feet. But diabetes, you got to check circulation. So my circulation is good. I don't have issues, thankfully. It stays that way. Uh, I do get neurological pain, anyway, but they work and have the right kind of sensations, and they don't swell that much unless I know I've done something, to cause it. But it does take daily effort. I have to do something almost every day to, yes, make sure my feetsies are all good. Uh, I had a friend once used to call my feet concrete trailblazers. I used to have the kind of feet that had like like this thick, you have really ugly feet. The scales and thick calluses. It's taken me many years to peel off the layers. So now I have I have softer feet. It's weird. Still it's weird. But yes, gotta do all that stuff. Go for the circulation, do the soak. Sometimes I do apple cider vinegar. Yeah, red leather, yellow leather. um, anyway, so these things I'm also just putting up so I can remember some things. I'm also checking the light. See, now if the sun are out, then I have the right kind of light, but it's not. So I'm trying to pick certain stationary spots where I film so I have generally the same in certain ways. I do actually have a couple like portable mobile lights I can use for certain things, but this is just a casual thing. Although I had my headphones earlier on, and I kind of wanted. There we go. I need to show off my freaking hair horn. It happens. There's a spot on my head. It's like weak hair or something, and it'll get to a certain point and it'll break off. I got injured there when I was a kid. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I get an alfalfa. This is true. Me, I get an alfalfa. And, well, I was trying to think high hair. I mean, without product, you know what I mean? And, like, yeah, pretty much. Anybody with an afro is going to kick my ass. But, hey, Ray, God damn it, I can't use product. It's like, but without product, like, just, yeah, I I have a hair horn. An alfalfa. You sometimes it gets to a grow length where it just doesn't want it. But this is the first time in my life, like, and then I get some static hair raising situation going on. Yeah. Well, whatever that is, yeah, I got like hair corns. Check them out. Yeah, like, yeah, I didn't look in the mirror today until shortly before, and I realized I've got, so I don't know, can measure for high hair contest. No product high hair. Like, I'm sure that's a solid 2 inches, maybe. I know. These are extra things I have to consider in my day. Right? So it gets to a growth period where uh it doesn't want to lay flat. I can tuck it in. Maybe I can do a barrette. It's great. Yeah, that's my entry for the highest hair contest with no product. Yeah, I've got no zero product in this mess. Oh, I know where it is. See, I got all organized and put stuff away, and it's in its proper place. So it confused me for a touch there. There we go. Yes, I do have dysphagia, so I'm moved to a soft diet, and there's all kinds of crunchy, yummy food I like. I'm gonna have to start putting my pizza in a blender. A pizza I shouldn't be doing. I do on occasion. All right, let me see. Like if yeah, but see if I guess if it's like natural, it has to lay flat. I gotta. I mean, I have to get it. Here we go. Okay, that's a solid 3. That's a solid 3 inches for high hair. I know there's some natural afros that you're gonna kick my butt on that, but I'm still high hair, natural high hair, no product, 3 inches. Anybody wants to do high hair contest, right? Yeah, this sucker just doesn't want to. Yeah, this sucker does not want to. It's reaching for the stars. See, this is some fun for people to have fun, right? 3 inches, that's a solid 3. High hair contest, anyone? No product. There's no product in there. This is, I've never seen it like this ever. So I'm 51. Am I 51? Whatever. I'm something around there. Yeah, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm over 50. Yes, this thing right here. What? First time in my life it's ever been like this. I know. I guess like high hair contest. Well, hopefully it's not trying to tell me I'm gonna get struck by lightning. I know. I'm like, oh no, not again. No, that's never happened to me. Let's not have it happen to me. Yeah, that's a solid 3. If I don't like, hey, that's my entry for high hair in case anybody wants to do that. I realize some people don't get it. They don't care. I think they're more important. Sometimes they are. I get this. But yes, I am also going to be getting, like, I got a pile of stuff coming. X-rays for this, my hip, physical therapy, pulmonologist, sleep doctor, pain management, doc, podiatrist, uh, primary care, uh, neurologist, the ENT, otolaryngologist, audiologist. Oh, that's the other thing. Be careful about like having like loud stuff in your ears all the time. I'm sure I had headphones and concerts and loud stuff in my ears for a really long time. So I have reduced hearing for a person my age. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know. That makes sense. Yeah, you don't realize, while it's happening, yeah, I had earphones, amplifiers, and just street noise and all the other stuff. Yeah. So, take it easy on the loud stuff. Uh, Kids of all kinds. I don't even want to know who identifies as what, okay? I'm not asking questions. Yeah, I am using DHS No Fear Whistleblower. This is true too. Government. Work for a contracting company. And on a contract with Homeland Security. Yeah. Uh, and I'm also going to be pressing charges this weekend. I will be going through all the legalese best I can, kind of seeing what's possible there, what they've actually done. A lot actually. But I'm also going. Well, that I'm going Monday, so Monday's the day I go do that. Also, going to do X-ray, something else too. But I do have someone who comes Monday and Wednesday, and she drives, so I can at least knock some stuff out. Sometimes I just can't, but I do the best I can. That's what I'm saying. I'm way too sick to even get out of bed. Like, what do you fucking want from me? Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna happen. I know. I actually have to press charges. I didn't think I'd have to do that in my life, but oh well. And yeah, I'm looking for this weekend. I'll also be scouting around looking for some law firms that handle different types of cases because it will be also going after them civilly. That's Upper Bay, counseling and support services, 200 Booth Street in Elkton. Right. They're highly misinformed about certain things. Anyway, nobody's gonna give me some bullshit and tell me, but they'll be homeless. I'm like, shut up. Because you're telling lies. And if you don't want to do the work, then you can't get paid for it. Anyway, so those of you who know or love an adult on the autistic spectrum, right, reach out to Upper Bay because I do intend to at least destroy Sunrise. Right, ineffective. They can't keep abusive clients safe from. Yeah, they can't keep, some clients safe from abusive clients. It's just the whole. I got a list so long, and there is nothing they can do to defend themselves. Now, if they want to keep pushing it, I'll take all of Upper Bay down with me. But the clients of Sunrise are gonna need other residences soon. Firearm. I do intend to destroy it. Right. Because it needs to fucking happen. It's the right thing to do. And no, they won't be homeless. You just don't want to do the work and research it takes. Because that's a lot. Okay. Now, it's not a good idea to fuck with me anymore. See, I'm dying. And I don't care, by the way. Yeah, you who lowballed me on land in Vermont. Number one. Like, just trying to get a driveway up there. Anyway, well, if the ski bum squatters are your problem now, then don't fucking lowball me like that again. Some of you take advantage of people you think are stupid. Some of you take advantage of people you think are from other countries. Some of you take advantage of people you know have drug issues. Okay. So, right, there's too many vulnerable citizens walking around in the United States of America, and the internet doesn't help us. What I was trying to tell the tech heads now. If you're in the United States of America and you do run a telecom company, yes, the FCC does matter. That's FCC. Frank, Charles. Okay? And there are ways to trace electronic communications, at least United States and within the United States. Now, I gotta just tell people I have met a lot of people who are quite cavalier on the internet. Now, some people remember the .com boom, but those who refused to listen had to go through a different kind of boom. And I can say to Baked Alaska, I've been an internet denizen for quite a while, and I am older than you. And I can assure you, sir, the internet is not the Wild Wild West in the United States of America. So there are some younger people who you need to understand. There are times when some people who know better than you will attempt to put the kibosh on you so you do not continue to make a mistake. And especially online, you see, technically this stuff will last a very long time. Your grandchildren will see your loudmouth stupidity. It wasn't like that so much for the generation ahead of me or the generation ahead of them. Maybe newspapers, yes, that kind of stuff. Some of that stuff does get lost. Just degrades, gets lost, gets forgotten about, washed away. But some of it doesn't. If accumulated hate speech becomes an issue on the internet, if you are in the United States of America and you are aiming it at another U.S. citizen, there are ways in court to handle you. And if it gets to a certain point, you might actually be considered a domestic terrorist. Now, you can check with all kinds of legal eagles on that one. So there are some things that are of great concern. So that are happening on the internet. It doesn't always get used for positive or effective or harmless fun or business. Okay. So I'm a human being. So everyone else who is a human being, I know you're a human being. Don't worry about it. There's some things that I kind of wanted to do in my life, but a lot of this damage can't be reversed, and it's degenerative, and there's only but so much. And some medications that might be helpful and useful for other people to live a longer, more quality filled life are not okay for me. So surgery may not be okay for me, but I will be getting some relief, pain management, and I'll also be getting today I got to make a GI appointment for this gastroparesis. So pretty much for me that damage is done, and it's actually getting worse. Swallowing dysphagia, so I get food stuck in 3 different places. Occasionally, for one reason, it's here. For another reason, it's here. And for another reason, it's here. So, soft diet. I mean, if it keeps getting worse, I'm going to end up with liquid puree. So, anyway, all of it's a little depressing. I mean, but there's some good news in there, here and there. So I had to do kind of like, all right, well, if I plan it right, if I'm disciplined enough with myself, which, well, I am, but other people are not. They don't really give a fuck. And it's like, they also don't want to consider it. I don't function like a normal human being that way anymore. Like, I have a lot of. Anyway. I don't want to think about it, but I mean, I also, like, it's good to have legal paperwork and make sure some things are straightened out before you pass away, so you don't need big gigantic messy question. So that's another reason I'm doing what I'm doing. So next month I get to do not resuscitate and some legal paperwork taken care of. The stuff that can be done for free or relatively inexpensively, which, that way I have it. So with someone else, I need to find a couple of emergency contacts who aren't petty children in adult skin suits. Anyway, uh, yeah, there's times when I can't really even get out of bed. So I do try to make myself do it so I can sit up. Yes. So, and I'm saving up for an what do you call it? Reclining chair because at this juncture, doing certain things, I'll probably sleep better. But you can get them if they have the massage because it's the other thing. I need to get on video my box of goodies, which there's different types of heating pads in here for feet. This one. I'm too weak to hold my computer the way I used to, everybody. So I gotta figure out. This is awkward. Sorry. Yeah. There's one for shoulders. I can't use that now, but I can use it on my lower back. There's the one for shoulders for the heating pad. I can use water on that, so moist heat. I got one that's body length. I got one that's like for between my hips, and I got the foot massager. These are all things that I absolutely need if I'm going to get up and walk around for any length of time, right? Which a lot of people need to kind of see this. Like, people think I'm sitting on my ass all day doing nothing. Even if I were, right? What am I doing? Trying not to die. Is that okay with you? Trying not to get injured again. That's gonna happen. Anyway, so that's also a bin I need because I have to do all that, loosening up of things. So technically, I can use four of those things at the same time. Get done. But that's my next thing, so that I can get slightly better sleep, and so that I don't have such issues with reflux or any other issue, and so that I can sleep. I can still sleep on my back, but elevated enough so that I don't get sleep paralysis one of these, recliner chairs that has some massage stuff. So I'm keeping my eye out for super sales. Because at some point, I'm probably going to need to just completely transition to sleeping in it. So, yeah. I do fun things. I mean, I can even understand it. Even if I fall and I'm like bust my something or other, and it hurts. Like I could be like screaming and then laughing at seems. Like some of these injuries are silly, but this is just how this happens. This is the issue with this stuff. Your nerves and muscles don't work right. Anyway, so those are the things I need, and I do. The goal essentially is I have a um, list that what's it called? It's not list. I can't remember. I kind of spaced out a little bit. I almost just witnessed an accident, which is why it was inches. Yeah. Um, that one I almost was like, oh, good. Didn't happen. Um, but I made a list that's viewable to the public. My 2 hour vocal warm up. So I don't do that now. That's the goal I'm working on. I know I can sing all this. I am gonna take the back off. I need a different. I mean, I'll probably still replace it with Bach, but that one's just. It's a little too long for me. Plus, I need to hear. I need to hear a certain arrangement of it. There's a certain arrangement that I've been trying to find, and I can't find it yet. But might do an abbreviated version or something else, or just take that out altogether. But otherwise, it's not entirely 2 hours of music, but I do stuff in between. So for me, technically, I block off 2 hours of time. So I can't hit that 2 hours yet, but like I know I can sing all those songs, and I've got to the point where I pretty much remember all the words. Once I get to the point where I don't have to think about it, then I can't forget the words. So this is good. Like even if I'm having like a real brain fart day, because it'll just get practiced in. So that's my goal. So if I can do 2 hours, relatively well, then I'll be all right. So I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, I mean, I know kind of how to get there. So, yeah, I probably will take the back out or replace it with one. But that's kind of the goal. So I block off 2 hours a time, and then I just sort of like pace myself. So I know I can sing all those songs, and I know some of them are a little difficult. One's really slow. People may not realize, like some slow stuff is harder than fast stuff. Anyway, so that's the goal there, and so I can still get up on my feet. I'm doing everything. That's why I'm gonna be taking the time. If I know I'm gonna go for more than a half hour on my feet, either dancing, moving, or singing, and some of it's physical therapy too. I kind of work that in repetitive motion skills. Um, that's why get it. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm absolutely can't like roll an ankle or yeah. So I kind of figured out a way to tape. The only thing I mean I have these little El Chico dance shoes, but they're not toe shoes. So I need to get a hold of some toe shoes. Because once I'm up on my toes, I can stay there for a while. Anyway, there's some things, so I have to save up for them, or somebody needs to donate or whatever. But I would like to mention to some people that I don't have family, which means, you know, some of you give me shit or think like I can't handle my money, whatever, because people open their mouths and say things, and it's sort of like, it's not like you can borrow from anybody. You know what I'm trying to fucking say. I'm primary breadwinner. And I worked sick for as long as I could. And when you're the primary breadwinner and you can't work, but there you have an issue. And trust me, emergency money goes sometimes faster than you want it to. Anyway, uh, I don't get birthday presents. I don't get Christmas presents. I don't get Valentine's Day presents. I don't get money from grandma. I don't get that kind of stuff. Not because I don't celebrate them, but nobody gives a shit and I don't have any family. Say nobody gives a shit. That's another one I hear all the time. I'm like, well, I'm sure there's a few around who give a shit. They might not know what to do about it. All right. I know, and that's the point. Some people do, and they don't know what to do about it. But I try and make that publicly announced, so you have your answers. Um, have to have more oral surgery. I'm on a wait list for that, but I won't be. It's not a long wait list, thankfully. Um, so anyway, just trying to manage all that. And I know that I'm gonna have to. I mean, pressing charges is what's gonna happen, but I'm also gonna go after them civilly because it needs to be done. Okay, not just for me, but for a lot of people. Anyway, so I'm gonna probably spend the rest of my life in litigation. So the little time that I have that I can, uh, I want to try and get some music out of myself before I die. That's the only thing. So that's it. Just that, and I prefer to die around Aisaki lovers. I don't specifically have a great deal of control unless I plan on living on the streets. So then I'm gonna die faster. So it's not really the best option, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not gonna be looking at. I mean, yeah, I won't make it to 65. Right? I'm just concentrating on making it to 55. But quality of life, you understand? And if the medical community is just going to make it this hard, this is why people just stop. United States people. We the people, of the people, by the people. So we do have some civic responsibility too in the United States. Anyway, uh, anyone's more than welcome to contact me. Do not contact me telepathically or psychically, please. Okay. Yeah, other ways. That's right. And I need to make sure that the people I appreciate know I appreciate them. I try to do that. I've been trying to do that for a while. Right. I can get hyperkalemia, and because there's no home potassium test, I can't really check it every day like I can, blood sugar or anything. So if I get hyperkalemic and I don't get proper care within like 24 hours, that could drop me dead. So that's why I'm acting like this. I mean, anyway, that's what I mean. It's like it's more likely I'm just going to drop dead at one point because I have no way to measure certain things. So there's some things that are on my mind, and I know myself well enough. Like, I'm gonna have to sing it out and dance it out. I'm gonna have to get it out, and the only way I'm gonna get through this is if I just try and sing it out, because it's the only way I know myself. But some people are going to go down. And I do intend to destroy at sunrise, just so everybody knows. So anybody wants to do some rescues of some individuals who need to be rescued from sunrise, anyway, mental health, especially if you're used to adult autistics, schizophrenics, they need something better than that. We can all do better than that. I am going to take down sunrise. Okay?